I'm trying to get adjustments straight. It is always something with my phone, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. All right, thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is Nequa Austin with the Glitz and Glamz Chronicles, another episode. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hello, Carolyn. How you doing? Michelle, I see you out there. I saw you out there somewhere. Hey, Jessica, how you doing? Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I do apologize. Normally, I start on time. Y'all know that. But my phone wanted to act crazy, so I had to go through the crazies with them. Just wanting to let y'all know, I still selling the candles and the Bath and Body products, so if you're more than welcome to head on over to Common Sense with Nequa VIP group. You can place your orders over there, or you can go straight to my website, www.commonsensewithnequa.com, to place orders. Y'all please support everything that it is that I do. Rock Bottom Creations is doing very well. Also, don't forget that I actually am a web designer as well as logo designer, so I am a virtual assistant. If y'all need anything, please let me know. Message me or leave a comment at the bottom. I can definitely help y'all out with anything. There's no job that is too big or too small that I can't handle. Okay. So I wanted to get all of those particulars out of there. Those who are not subscribed on to my Facebook Lives, make sure you turn on your notifications. Every Monday night at 7:30, I will be live. Don't forget, also, I am on YouTube, so my videos from YouTube will be uploaded by 9 o'clock on Tuesday morning. So please subscribe over to YouTube. My link, I will put it below, as well as in my Glitz and Glamz Chronicles group. Okay, so tonight's topic is pretty basic. I know a lot of y'all have been following my journey, and the one thing that a lot of people have been asking me is, we see you losing all this weight. What are you doing? And this topic came about by one of my friends who I don't see that she came on yet to watch my video. She called me last night and asked me different questions about excuse me, if you hear my voice going in and out, it's just a little sore. She wanted to know different things about what am I doing about my weight loss and how I'm losing weight and everything, and how nice I look and everything. And I thank y'all so much for asking these questions, because tonight we're going to talk about weight loss diets. Results cannot happen overnight. So, let me start off exactly by what it is that I'm doing to lose the weight that I'm losing. I talked about it a couple of episodes beforehand. I think when I was doing my scent sessions on Thursday night, I was talking about how I got sick and everything. So I'm going to take y'all from the beginning and bring y'all all the way up to where I'm at. So, I started my weight loss journey on January 24th, right after I turned 34, which was the day before, January 23rd. And went to the doctor, and the doctor basically told me that my A1C is an 8.0. Some of y'all don't know I am a diabetic. I also have GERD, which is acid reflux. And I was diagnosed with diabetes 2 years ago in 2016. I was diagnosed with, 2015. I was diagnosed with GERD later on that year in 2015 as well. So about roughly 3 years. And I've always been a chunky girl. I've been a chunky girl ever since I was little. And I don't know what skinny means. I've put it in my head that I will never be skinny, and I'm actually pretty comfortable not being that way, so I'm not dissing nobody for that. The one thing that I found out when I went to the doctor told me that I had to lose the weight because I was getting sick. And with me getting sick, it was actually taking the toll on me. So I decided to go through a lifestyle change. I don't consider what I'm doing a diet. It is literally a lifestyle change because this is something that I have to continue to do for the rest of my life. So I made it up in my mind. I don't want to be a diabetic anymore. I lost my father to diabetes back in 2002. And I have watched my father take insulin. I've watched my father, use a needle where he had to take insulin 4 times a day. And for years, I knew that I was going to become a diabetic. And when they told me, I was like, okay, what do I need to do? And, some people say, well, I don't understand how you could have gained so much weight over time. People don't understand. You don't gain weight overnight. Statistics shows that it actually takes 3 days for food to actually get into your system and stay there. So you literally don't gain weight overnight. It actually takes a process. Sometimes gaining weight comes from being depressed. I can honestly say a lot of my weight is due to stress and a multitude of things. And for the most part, I think a lot of us women and men out here, we all feel the same way, that majority of it comes from stress, being bullied as a little, as kids and everything. It takes its toll. It does. It takes its toll. And that's where it came for me. It took its toll on me. So fast forward to now, and when the doctor yes it is, the food is good. When the doctor gave me the news about my A1C being an 8.0, I remember calling my mom, crying the blues to her, asking her what it is that I need to do. And she told me what it is that I needed to do. So I decided that very next day, on January 24th, 2018, that I was going to lose this weight, but I wasn't going to do it for other people. Before, when I would lose the weight, it would be for other people. This time, this is definitely different from the last time. I decided to lose weight for myself and make it happen for me, because I'm the only one that was brought into this world in this body, and I have to leave this world with this body. So my thing is, hey, I might as well go on and kick the habits of these good foods that I know I can't have anymore, and just go on and do what I need to do and become healthy. Now, do I have a set weight goal in mind? Yes, I do. My goal weight is 185 pounds. The only reason why I wanted to be 185 was because I was 185 in high school. That's it. Clothing size wise, I don't want to come out of the double digits. Now, some people may have a problem with that and say they don't want to be in the double digits no more. They want to be in the single digits. The one thing I have learned as a plus size woman that has taken me a long time to realize is the simple fact that being a plus size woman, if our bone structure is not meant to be skinny, you can forget it and never get to that point, because your body may not allow you to get there. My family, the way that we are built, we are very muscular. So every part of fat that I do have on my body, it will actually turn the muscle faster than it would be for me to actually become a size 8. For years, I've always wanted to be a size 8. I've actually even dreamed of becoming a size 8. I'm imagining in my head when I would go and try on clothes to become a size 8. And I was like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I can't. Being a size 8 ain't for me. So I know being a double digit works for me. Why does it work? Because this is how people know me. This is how people respect me. And the last time I checked, I look good in my clothes to where I can rock any size I want to wear and just look good doing it. So, and not to mention having a husband who likes plus size women in particular, it's like he won't allow me to get past a size 12. So I also have to respect what it is that my husband wants me to do too. So the lowest that I will get, that I'm going to allow myself to get, is size 12. So what diet am I doing? Okay, this is like the mystery that everybody has been wondering about. And because the last time that my husband's church family saw me was New Year's Eve. And at that time, I was wearing a size 20. And I could say that on Facebook Live, that's the biggest clothing size I have ever been in my life, was a size 20. This is what day? April the 23rd, 2018, the day after Earth Day. I am now a size 16, which was the size that I was before I gave birth to my son. I was a size 16 all through school, all through high school, all through college, even after I came out of college, right before I had my son. So to sit here and say, yeah, I am a 16 is like, wow, you know, I can wear size 11 shoes again. And, and everybody knows I am a lover of heels. And if I can't wear my heels, there is a problem, because the higher the heel, the better it looks on me. So I am very proud of where I'm at. I do not use scales. I don't like scales. The last time I used a scale, I hauled it through my window. Because of the simple fact that a scale, to me, scales mentally set you up for the fall. Especially when you think you're doing the right thing and then you stepping on that scale and you realize that scale ain't moving. It makes you very upset. It makes you angry. And it also discourages you. And that was one thing that weighing on that scale always discouraged me. And I say, you know what? If I want to weigh myself on the scale, I'll go to the doctor and allow the doctor to tell me what number I am, instead of allowing a simple scale that could be finely tuned to depress me to where I didn't want to be. I remember when I tried to lose weight before, I would weigh myself, about every week. And my mom would always tell me, see, get off the scale. You know the scale is going to depress you. Why would you get on it? And the last time that happened, I literally took my scale and hauled it over my patio and said, you know what? I will never do a scale again. And thank you so much, Patricia. I greatly appreciate it. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to do this a little differently this time. So coming from a size 20 all the way down to a size 16. When did I actually realize that I became a size 16? I realized this maybe a few weeks ago when I was actually getting ready for my mom's prom last weekend. And I was trying to find a shirt and couldn't find the shirt that I was looking for. So I went to my husband and asked him, did he have any black, size large black dress shirts? And when I put on a medium dress shirt that he has in his closet and buttoned that sucker up, that's when I said to myself, oh my God, this is how much weight I lost? I'm actually wearing my husband's clothes. And if anybody know my husband, he ain't big as nothing. So to wear my husband's clothes meant a whole lot to me. And that's when I said, you know what, Lord, I can't do nothing but thank you for what it is that you have done. So when that happened, I was like, good Lord, how much weight am I really losing? Not even knowing the numbers. And I was like, okay, well, since I could fit half of my husband's wardrobe now, let me go through these closets and get rid of some clothes. So I went through 2 closets, because I have 2 closets full of clothes and bags everywhere full of clothes. I went through both of my closets, got rid of all my 3Xs. I learned this trick maybe over a year and a half ago from Pinterest. It stated that when you start losing weight and you're feeling comfortable in your clothes, start getting rid of the big size clothes. That way you do not have to revert and go back to that size. Because it's a mental thing. A lot of people don't understand. Weight loss has nothing to do with the physical. It's all about in here. And if you can get past the mentality of you losing weight, then you can definitely lose weight in the physical aspect. So, what I did was I went through, I emptied out all my closets, got rid of all my 3Xs, and gave them to my cousin, who is killing it right now wearing my clothes. It makes me feel good to be able to give to someone or to give to those who don't have, but it makes me feel even greater to know that that's a size I'm never going to go back to. And I'm not going to sit here and say that it was a bad thing for me to be being in a 3X, because it wasn't. I was still rocking those clothes like I normally do. Everybody that knows me knows that I love to dress. So wearing a size 3X did not bother me. But it took its toll on me health-wise. That's why I had to do what I had to do. So exactly what diet it is that I'm on. Okay. Here's the secret. Y'all listening? Okay. It's called the acid reflux diet. Y'all can hashtag that one. Hashtag acid reflux diet. So what is the acid reflux diet? Acid reflux diet is a diet that is specialized for those who have acid reflux really bad, those who actually have GERD. It's more so foods that contain a lot of acidity that you cannot eat anymore. Foods such as tomatoes, corn, string beans, not all carbs, but some carbs. Let's see, pineapples. Well, what else is out there I can't really have? Macaroni, macaroni and cheese. You know, some of the good foods. Fried chicken, stuff like that. And when I found this diet, I was on Pinterest, because Pinterest is my go-to. It's like my holy grail. First is the Bible, then it's Pinterest. I went to Pinterest when I found out that I was diagnosed with GERD, and I wanted to know what it is that I needed to do to get rid of it. So what I did was I went on Pinterest and found this diet called the acid reflux diet. If y'all have an account on Pinterest, y'all go on Pinterest and find it. And it told me what the GERD was. Number two, it also showed me exactly what this diet does and how this diet will work for me and how it can work against me. And it also showed me how to get rid of GERD naturally. So I decided to take all of this information. I did my research, I studied it, and I said, you know what? This is the diet that I'm actually going to do, and I'm going to stick with it. I did this diet back in 2015, and how was your hair? Oh, my hair actually is twisted. People asking me about my hair. My hair is twisted right now. I just pulled it back because it's super long, super long. So I just twisted it. My cousin, she twisted it for me, and I just pulled it back so it won't be in my way. And so what I did was I printed off a sheet, a post that actually had the acid reflux grocery list. And this list is like one of the best lists that I've actually found on Pinterest. And it showed me exactly what food groups I can actually have food from, and these are the foods that I can't eat. So one of the foods that I literally gave up was tomatoes. I hated to give it up, but then I actually found out I was allergic to it. So it actually did me some justice. Macaroni and cheese, I can't have that no more. Pasta, I really can't eat that, but I eat it in moderation. Now, back when I started it, I cut it all out. I cut out the macaroni and cheese. I cut out all pastas. I cut out all carbs all together. Ate more salmon. You can have your seafood. You know, your salmon, your tilapia, your whitings, your crabs, your shrimps. You can have all of those foods, because those foods are, oh, thank you. Those foods are good for you. Oh, no, you don't have to say excuse me. You good. Those foods are really, really good for you and everything. Vegetables, asparagus. No macaroni and cheese, Vaughn. I'm sorry. Just cut that all out. No macaroni and cheese. No. Vegetables, I eat a lot of greens. My aunt, all the way from Georgia, put me on kale greens. Her doctor told her that kale greens is really, really good. It is actually the best greens out there for you. It's actually better than turnip greens. It's better than spinach. And I love spinach. But when I tried kale and I actually cooked kale during Christmas holiday, them kale greens were gone faster than the turkey itself off my table. And it was so good and it was so healthy for you. It has, what kind of taste can I say does it have? It has it's like what I did was, for me to eat the kale, I actually mixed kale with turnips. And it actually tasted good. I recommend that you try it when you're cooking your meals. I eat asparagus. I love asparagus. The only place I really buy asparagus from is Dollar Tree. I buy a lot of my foods from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to tell y'all now, do not sleep on the freezer section of Dollar Tree, because Dollar Tree is awesome if you want to salmon and you can't afford the salmon. Go to Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree sells salmon, and it's packed about this tall. And it's one piece in a pack, but it is so good. I recommend that. Yes, they do. They do have steaks at Dollar Tree. Now, I will say this. I actually was eating steak, and the steak gave me indigestion real bad. So, I will say that steak is on the list that you can have. But if you have severe GERD like I do, please be mindful of how much steak you can accumulate. How do you cook salmon? I cook salmon on the stove. And the way my mother showed me how to cook salmon was, she said you could do it, takes 5 minutes. You can actually do it on the stove, or you could do it in the oven, based on your preference. I prefer to cook it on the stove just because it's a faster method for me. I ain't got patience with the oven. So what I do is, as far as seasonings go, you also have to be careful with the type of seasonings that you use. The seasonings that I use, and you can write this down, they actually do have a list of different seasonings on Pinterest that you can actually print off for yourself, or you can save it on your board for one of your posts. But I only use 4 seasonings, and it actually depends on which meat you're using. For my seafood, I use garlic powder. Yes, I do use garlic. I use garlic, Brooklyn. Yes, I do. I use garlic powder, and that's because it doesn't bother me. I use garlic powder. I use cumin, C-U-M-I-N. I also use black pepper, and I also cook with parsley. That's it. Those are the only 4 seasonings that I use with seafood. Now, I use extra, see, some people can use garlic, some people can't. For me, it doesn't bother me. But then you have other people out there that cannot use garlic because it will mess with the acid reflux. So you basically have to do a trial and error to see exactly what seasonings are going to use. Those are just the seasonings I use. I don't say use the seasonings that I use, because my seasonings may not work for you, just like your seasonings may not work for me. You have to do trial and error for seasonings and see which seasoning works. The reason why I use those 4 seasonings is because, number 1, it doesn't hurt me. But also, number 2, those 4 seasonings are part of the 8 original seasonings that actually help and aid in weight loss. So that's why I use those seasonings more than all the other seasonings across the board. And with me retaining water a lot in my ankles, that's one of the things that I have to make sure that I'm not accumulating any salt as much as possible. Try to eliminate salt as much as you can, especially if you're one of those women that take in a lot of fluid like I do. How is my cholesterol? So far, my cholesterol is good. When I was at the doctor's office in January, my cholesterol was really, really good. My cholesterol was positive. It wasn't too bad. Now, the one thing I do have to pay attention to, everybody know I love eggs. I eat eggs on everything, just about. But the one thing I did decide to incorporate was egg whites, in which I don't use the yolk. I just use the egg white. They do sell egg whites in the store. Egg whites is actually good for acid reflux. So to keep the cholesterol at a, on a normal level, I prefer to use egg whites. I did do an egg diet last month for 14 days, and it actually took down a lot of my tummy fat, so that also helped me out a lot too, in which I ate 2 boiled eggs a day for 14 days. And I did that, and then I became accustomed to it, so I went a little bit longer, and then I realized I was taking in too much protein, so I had to stop eating eggs for the moment until I get back on track where I'll eat the eggs again. So I have to be mindful of how much protein I'm taking in. Now, another thing I do... Are you sleeping by yourself when eating these eggs? No, my husband is he's catching it bad when I do eat he's catching it bad when I eat eggs, but it's all, really well. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Another thing that I'm actually learning how to do is drink a lot of water. Water is very, very essential. It is very, very good for you. A lot of people are starting to do the flavored water. The only waters that I like to drink is regular water by itself and lemon water. Another tip that I actually learned, when was it? Yesterday, was if you drink cold water, it actually aids in burning fat from your body. So when I'm drinking water, I put in my ice cubes, and then I stick that water in the refrigerator or the freezer, let it get as cold as it can, and then I take the water out, and then I'm drinking the water all day long. I do drink lemon water. Lemon water is also good. It also helps aid in digestion. And the only thing about the lemon is very acidic. I will tell you that. It does have acid in it. But the only thing is that it doesn't bother me. At first it did when I was diagnosed with it. But because I've been drinking lemon water for quite some time, it doesn't bother me as much as it used to. The one thing I did learn about lemon water, it does kind of mess with your throat, as you can see. But I don't drink it all the time as much as I did when I first started drinking it. So I'm starting to drink more water and less lemon water, so it doesn't hurt me so bad. Let's see what else. What type of exercises am I doing? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not exercising at all. And the only reason why I'm not exercising at all, because again, I went back to Pinterest, and I learned that with me being over 200 plus pounds, the one thing that I've learned, and it works in my favor, it may not work for you, but it works for me. The one thing that I actually learned was that if you're over 200 plus pounds and you're trying to lose weight, the best thing for you to do is actually learn how to eat properly versus exercising and eating at the same time. The rule applies the same way. Yes, the rules apply the same way. 80-20 rule. 80% is all about what you eat. 20% is all about the exercise. I've actually lost more weight from not exercising than when I was lifting weights. Now, do I plan to get back into the gym and lift weights? Yeah. Did I post pictures of me being in the gym lifting weights? Yeah. And then I realized that I wasn't moving this. And then I realized I wasn't moving anything. Nothing was moving in my eyes. So I said, well, you know what? Let me stop doing this. So I decided to start walking. And I also do yoga. Yoga is such a great exercise, especially for the plus size community. With me having sciatica, my mom's best friend actually contacted me and told me that yoga is great for those who have sciatica because it helps stretch that muscle that we're constantly sitting on all the time. My problem, okay, I got a thing coming through saying my problem is belly fat. What can you do for this? Well, with my belly, I actually literally did yoga. Yoga actually burns more calories than walking, doing cardio, or running. And I did not believe that, but it actually does help burn more calories. But the one thing I've actually learned how to do as well with the belly fat is I did the egg diet for 2 weeks. That helped me out burning the belly fat. The lemon water helped me out a whole lot. But yoga is that exercise that really, really will help you tone, because it's teaching you how to breathe. And a lot of the breathing exercises that we do in yoga actually helps you strengthen your belly muscles, and therefore it tones your belly. Now, the coolest part about yoga is that they do have exercises where you can actually do things, and it's moderated. So sometimes there'll be one morning where I can get down on the floor, and then there'll be another morning I can't get down on the floor. So they have it moderated where you can actually stand up and do some of those exercises, or maybe you can lean a little bit and do exercises. They have different tools and tips and tricks out here for you to be able to maneuver without hurting yourself. And that was one of the cool things that I actually enjoyed about yoga. My tummy literally went flat from doing yoga. I started getting in my waistline. Right now, I have the hourglass figure that I've always had since I was young, and it is here to stay. So do I need to go online? Yes. I actually go on YouTube, and there is a lady that I follow on YouTube. Oh my God, I can't even think of her name. But what I'll do is I'll put the link in my group so y'all can actually get to that lady. She is awesome, and it's a beginner's course. I'm still on the beginner's course just because it is very, very relaxing. And being in that mindset where it's just you and the person telling you what to do, and you get to close your eyes, you get to meditate, you get to pray. All of this happens within 45 minutes, and I can promise you, 45 minutes of yoga is a heck of a lot better than me hitting that gym for 45 minutes to an hour trying to lift weights. Intermittent fasting. I'm actually learning how to do this, and it's hard. It really is. Intermittent fasting is actually helping me out a lot as well. Yes, ma'am, I will. Intermittent fasting is helping me. I'm actually learning how not to eat past a certain time. I don't eat past 9 o'clock for nobody. The only time I eat past 9 o'clock is if I've went all day and haven't eaten anything. And everybody knows in my household, even if we go out to eat, we're going out to eat around 7:30, 8 o'clock, because when 9 o'clock hit, there's no food going in my belly after that. The intermittent fasting, I've seen it where they actually do the ratio. They say the normal ratio is, 16 to 8? Yeah, 16 to 8. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. 16 to 8 ratio of intermittent fasting basically means that you eat for 8 hours and then you don't eat anymore for 16 hours. The best way to get through intermittent fasting is at night. If you do it during the day, you're doomed. I promise you are. I've actually learned to do intermittent fasting at night. So when I'm actually doing it, if I eat earlier than 9 o'clock, maybe if I start eating at 7, if I go 7 at night to 7 in the morning, that's 12 hours. 8, 9, 10, 11, there goes 16 hours. I'm eating again at 11 o'clock in the morning. Is that my breakfast? Nah, I consider it brunch. And what I do is when that happens like that, I consume more foods, meaning that if I want eggs, yeah, I'll cook eggs, throw some cheese in it, have my oatmeal like I normally do. What is a good snack at night? Fruit. Fruit is the best. Peanut butter is good. You can snack on some nuts, but be careful. If you're diabetic, you know you can't have but so many nuts. Fruit is the best thing. Like, if I get hungry at night and I break that fast, I'm eating peaches. I love peaches. I can have peaches. And so I eat, my whole life is full of peaches. Like, I don't do meal plans, but I do a meal plan when it comes to my peaches. I go out, I go to Walmart. Walmart sells these little jars of peaches for $1. And so I just go to Walmart and actually buy the jar of peaches. And that is all the peaches that I consume. Do I buy canned peaches? Yes, I do. I don't buy the ones that are no sugar. I buy the ones that are, I think the ones on my counter is no sugar added. So these are the original peaches where the sugar is coming from the actual peach itself. Those are the type of peaches I eat. And with the grams of sugar, I think the grams of sugar is 11 grams. And I know for us diabetics, we're not supposed to have all that sugar. And we're supposed to have actually no sugar added. But the one thing I learned with the no sugar added peaches is that they have Splenda in the peaches. And so I don't do Splenda because my mother got sick from it. And whenever, God forbid, when my mom gets sick from something and is dealing with food, I try to avoid it also as well. So yeah, I eat peaches at night if I get hungry. Sometimes it may not be a hunger. Sometimes you actually may be thirsty. So your brain will play tricks on you and say, well, you know what? You are hungry. No. If you can drink water while you're hungry, then you know that you're actually thirsty. You're not really hungry. You're actually thirsty. So you got to learn how to psych your brain out and let your brain know, hey, I'm not putting food in my mouth. I'm done eating for the night. I'm going to drink this water. Am I eating any bread? Yes, I do. I love my bread. That's how I got my hips and my breasts. I'm sorry. I love my bread, and that's where it's going to be. One of the diets that I was actually going to switch to is called the keto diet, in which it is low carbs but high fat. And I remember calling my mom Saturday, and I told her, Mom, I can't do this keto diet simply because I love the bread. Well, her point was, well, why don't you just stay where you at? You're doing well on the acid reflux, don't switch diets. So that's another advice I do want to give you. If you're thinking about switching diets, do not switch the diets. There are going to be some times where you're going to hit a plateau. Like literally, while I'm talking to you, I am on a plateau right now where I'm not losing weight at all. So, and it's not because I'm not eating the right foods. It's simply because my body has gotten adjusted to it. So when it happened to my mom said she went to the doctor. The doctor told her, keep doing what you're doing. Because after you get past that plateau, that weight's going to drop like crazy. And now my mom is at a size 14, and she has came from a size 24 to a 14. And my mom has been a size for a couple of years. So, the coolest part about that, do not switch your diet, stay where you at. Let's see, what else? The breads that I do eat, I eat wheat bread. And I don't do white. Being a diabetic, you can't have white bread. Can you eat bread while you're on the acid reflux diet? Yes, you can. You can have the white bread, you can have the wheat bread. The one thing that I did was I limited myself on how much bread to consume during the week. So I'm actually training my body to, I know, some people don't like wheat, but I do. I've actually tried potato bread. Oh my God. Potato bread is good. It's gluten-free. And I actually found out online that potato bread is actually better for you than wheat bread. So I did eat a lot of potato bread when I first started my diet, and I haven't seen myself really gain the weight from it. I've seen myself lose the weight from it. Potato bread is very expensive. It is very hard to find as well. So if I'm eating any bread, I'm eating potato. I'm eating that potato bread. Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else that, if y'all have any other questions, I can definitely answer at this time. Let's see. What else is out there? I know I was talking to my friend last night about it, and she was asking me some some good questions about different things that I was doing and everything. Do I count calories? No, I don't. I do not count calories. Only reason why I don't count them because I ain't got time. I don't count calories simply because at one point, my mother and I, we did the Weight Watchers diet. And, you know, in Weight Watchers, you have to count calories. And I didn't like it. At one point, I liked it. And then after a while, I didn't like it. And I think the reason why I didn't like it, because I ended up hungry later. Because you have to be focused on what foods you can only consume. And if you don't want that food right then and there, you're definitely going to overeat, and you're going to eat more calories than what you are allowed to consume. So no, I don't count calories at all. I don't look at the acid reflux diet being a diet. I look at it as being a lifestyle change. And that's another thing that a lot of people, when they start diets, I think that's another reason why people get off diets so quickly. Because they look at it and they sitting there saying, well, I'm limiting myself to this, that, and the third. And it has to be a lifestyle. Like, you gotta want it. It can't be something, well, I'm gonna do this 30-day. I'm gonna do this 60-day. Some people I have seen lose weight in my own family who did the 80-day challenge, and I give 2 thumbs up to them that actually succeeded that 80-day challenge. Congratulations to you. That couldn't work for me. It wouldn't work for me because I get frustrated, and I ain't got time to be frustrated because I can't stress. So I look at it as being a lifestyle change. Do I do meal plans? I don't. Would I like to learn how to do a meal plan? Yeah. But right now, I don't feel like doing a meal plan. And even though I am a housewife and I stay at home and I work from home, I don't feel like doing a meal plan. Because with the meal plans, I notice that you eat the same things every single day. And I like variety. I don't know about y'all, but I like variety. What is the 80-day challenge? Okay, so one of my daughter's aunts did the 80-day challenge, in which I think she did it with her personal trainer. It's through Beachbody, I think, where they eat certain foods and they do certain exercises for 80 days. They go through like phases 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I saw her. She lost a lot of weight from it. She lost like 13.5 pounds, lost 11.5 inches off, all over. Overall, she did a great job. She went from a size 12, 13 to a size 8, and I give kudos to her. That couldn't work for me just because I don't know about me eating the same foods every single day. But you know what? To each his own. I like variety, and I like to eat different foods. And my thing is, if I'm going to do a lifestyle change, I want to be able to enjoy the foods that I eat. And that's another thing that I also learned as well. You have to learn to enjoy the foods that you eat. You have to stop eating processed food and go back to eating real food. And you can hashtag that one. Hashtag real food. Simply because it's all about eating real foods. Real foods is what's going to make that weight come off. Processed foods is what's going to make them sugar attacks, them salt attacks, the fluid, all of that is going to come on, and it's going to take you out faster than what you're trying to go. So definitely learn how to eat real foods. Learn how to incorporate new foods into your diet. Nothing wrong with trying something new. One of the foods that I never thought I would love is zucchini. I never thought I would love zucchini until I went to Golden Corral. Golden Corral sells zucchini on their buffet. And I ate it and I fell in love with it. I love zucchini so much I actually cooked zucchini. See? Some people need a chicken nugget. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. I need some variety. Do I eat at fast food restaurants? Yes, I do. I eat at fast food restaurants, but the only fast food place I eat at is Wendy's. And the only reason why I eat at Wendy's is because it's the only fast food place that does not bother my chest. It does not give me chest pains, no indigestion, nothing like that. I'm sorry if y'all are McDonald's fan, Chick-fil-A, Hardee's, Burger King, Arby's, what else? Popeyes, all of those other places, but Wendy's, that's my go-to. When I order off the menu at Wendy's, what do I get? I get the 4 for $4. Why do I get the 4 for $4? Because the 4 for $4 is just enough for me to get through the midday. You get a sandwich or a wrap or a salad, a small container of fries, 4 little nuggets, and a small drink or change it over to a Frosty. That's it. Hardee's got a mean breakfast. Let me say something about the Hardee's breakfast. The Hardee's breakfast is awesome. It really is. I was actually eating Hardee's breakfast before I got started on the diet. So yeah, there's certain foods on their on the menu of Hardee's that are good for you. But after I ate a hot dog from there, it messed me up. So therefore, I don't eat there anymore. I'm sorry. So sorry. So sorry. But going back to Wendy's, yeah, the 4 for $4 is the only thing that I eat off of the Wendy's menu. If I'm eating a 4 for $4, it's just only 2 things. I get the grilled chicken wrap, or I get the Junior Cheeseburger Deluxe. Because for me, that's just enough. And a lot of the foods that we eat, it's all about portion control, which is another thing to the weight loss. Portion control, people. I know when them holidays come, you want to sit there and fill up your plate with all the mac and cheese and the stuffing and the turkey and the pig feet and the chitlins and all this other stuff. I know you want to fill your plate up with that. And ain't nothing wrong with eating that. But if you are serious about losing weight, take a spoonful or 2. Just dump a spoonful on your plate. And that is cool. That is fine. But don't sit there and inhale everything that is in front of you. I mean, seriously. Yes, typically Americans gain between 15 and 20 pounds during the holiday season. But, but it is okay if you, I would say pick a holiday that you know you're going to overeat at and just dig in. But don't do it at both holidays. It's either going to be Thanksgiving or Christmas. Don't do both. Pick and choose which one you're going to do. Portion control is hard. Yes, it is. The one thing that I had to go back to my childhood on, and it's amazing because we watch our kids now that do this. When we go to Dollar Tree, oh yes, them cookouts are a killer. Yes, they are. When we go to Dollar Tree, the one thing that we get our children is a plate that is sectioned. We get them sectional plates. Did it ever occur to us that we can utilize section plates as well? Did anybody think about that? Because it literally just came to me yesterday about portion control. Use a sectional plate. Another way to kill portion control, use a smaller plate. When I go to Shoney's have the small salad plates. I only use that salad plate to eat a salad off of, but I also use that salad plate to eat regular food off of. Why? Because I am tricking my mind into thinking that this is a lot of food on this plate. And as long as I'm tricking my mind into thinking, hey, this is a lot of food on this plate, I know that I'm not going to overeat. Get them sectional plates from Dollar Tree. Them little kids sectional plates work. If you go out to eat and they got smaller plates, get a smaller plate and go up to the buffet and get your food. Now, we all know Golden Corral has their own certain plates. There ain't nothing we can do about that. Definitely at Shoney's, you can do smaller plates because they do have small plates for that salad bar. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that anybody else want me to talk about? Will, do you have anything? We have talked about a lot as far. Huh? Oh yes, Chinese places. Chinese buffets do have small plates too, so you can definitely utilize a small plate at the Chinese restaurants when y'all go out to eat. They do have small plates as well. Do I drink smoothies? I do, and I don't. I actually need to learn how to start making smoothies. I own a blender. I don't use it. Do I drink protein drinks? No. I don't do the protein drinks. My mother does. I don't. Are protein drinks good for you? Yes, they are, because they full of protein. But I don't do the protein drinks. Now, the coolest part that I did find on Pinterest that I actually kept in my head to share with y'all, and I'm actually going to post it in the group as well, is the 3 things about weight loss. And it all depends on the food that you eat. Everything that you do with weight loss all depends on what foods you consume. Here are the 3 things. If you want to take notes, write it down. Yes, my blender's only blending dust as well. Need to categorize all of them, yes. Number 1, the one thing I learned about weight loss. If you eat protein, if you eat proteins with carbs, you're going to build muscle. Let me say that again. If you eat proteins with carbs, you're going to build muscle. Number 2, if you eat proteins with vegetables, that's when you're going to lose weight. Again, proteins with the vegetables helps you to lose weight. If you do proteins with fats, you're going to maintain the weight. Proteins with the fats helps you maintain the weight. I'm going to say those 3 things again. And they actually made sense because I actually tested them and I realized they really do work like that. And it's not even so much as in that order. They actually do work. If you're trying to build muscle, only eat protein and carbs. That helps you build muscle. If you're trying to lose the weight, eat proteins and vegetables. If you're trying to maintain your weight, eat proteins and fats. It is what it is. Don't sleep on Pinterest. Pinterest actually can educate you about a lot of things that you don't even know. And I am so thankful that Pinterest actually exists, because a lot of the information and knowledge that I've actually learned and done the research on that I am sharing with y'all tonight, it really does exist. It actually works. It is not a joke. It really is not a joke. Pinterest is one of the most helpful websites that I have ever utilized. And I mean, it is really, really helpful. It really, really is. It's really helpful. Definitely is. For my women out there, I know some of y'all women are like scared to pick up a weight because you don't want to look masculine. And I understand that wholeheartedly. Do I utilize weights? Yes, I do. I lift weights. I do lift weights. I've been lifting weights since I was 16 years old, and I'm now 34. I lift weights. I love lifting weights. It does not make me look bulky. It actually depends on what type of exercise you're doing with the weights. If you're actually doing target areas help you lose. The weights actually help you lose weight faster, because it's turning that fat and it's building it into muscle. So utilizing weights with your cardio, if those who are doing exercises with cardio, if you put weight training to it, I guarantee you, give it maybe 4 weeks. You're going to see, 21 days. You give yourself 21 days, you're going to see that weight loss. And when it's going to drop. Only reason why I know, because it's worked for me. Time and time and time again, it has always worked. So if you are one of those people who love going into the gym and you love to do that cardio, but you're scared to put the weights to it, I promise you're not going to look bulky. I lift weights all the time. My husband can tell you that himself. And the last time I checked, I still look like a female. Shut up. just muscle bound. And ain't nothing wrong with having muscle. It really isn't. You look more toned, you look more defined, and it is okay. What size weight should you actually use depending on how much you can lift? I do not recommend that you get the biggest weight that you could possibly lift and lift. It doesn't work that way. Make sure that you get a weight that you are comfortable with, that is not going to hurt you in the process. That's what I recommend. Are there any other questions out there that anybody else want me to answer for you? Because, we could talk about this all night, and I don't want to hold y'all up not too long anyway. But is there anything else that anybody else want me to talk about? Will, is there anything else? Did I cover everything? Did I cover everything? Did I answer everybody's question? Or if anybody else have any other questions, you can definitely message me or inbox me. Anybody else? Because I cannot think of anything off the top of my head, but I'm definitely going to put some links down in the group for my group members. If you want to become a member of the Glitz and Glamz Chronicles VIP group, please send me a message, and I will definitely add you to that group so you can find out more information about not just my weight loss, but weight loss in general. And just to keep y'all educated and everything, because this is 2018, people. And we are not getting any younger. Matter of fact, we get older every single day. And the one thing I want to do is I want to be able to live to see my grandchildren. And I want to be as old as God will allow me to be and still be in my right mind every single day. And as long as I'm continuing to do what it is that I'm doing and staying healthy, I think God is going to continue to allow me to continue living. So, if y'all don't have any more questions, I'm actually thinking of some. That's why I constantly keep talking, but I cannot think of anything. I cannot think of anything. I think that is everything that I do have for y'all tonight. Stay tuned. Next Monday night, 7:30. If y'all have a topic y'all would like for me to talk about, please message me. I will definitely write it down on my calendar and fit it in somewhere on a Monday night. That way I can talk about it and make sure that I have all my information together for you to share with you all and give y'all great information and give y'all great insight on different things that I do know. Because even though I don't know everything, I know enough. And a lot of the stuff that I actually am going through, I feel that if I share it among the masses, I could possibly be blessing somebody else. Because I never know who I'm reaching. I never know who is actually paying attention. I never know who is actually listening until the feedback comes from these videos. I thank y'all so much for tuning in on Monday nights and watching my video to continue to give me the drive that it takes for me to actually get the courage to come to y'all live every Monday to share with y'all different information that I do know, to share with y'all valuable insight on different topics that I like to talk about, or that I may know more than anybody else, or I may not know more than anybody else, but I can definitely help y'all along the way. If y'all think I did a great job, please give me thumbs up. Let them emojis roll across the screen. I thank y'all so much. Again, this video will be uploaded for the replay on YouTube tomorrow morning at 9. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Vaughn, thank you so much for giving me this topic to talk about tonight. This video is dedicated to you simply because you gave me the topic. So I want to give you a little clap simply because this video is dedicated to you, because you're the one that gave me this topic for the night. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. I love y'all very, very much. Make sure you turn on your notifications. Continue to follow me on Facebook. Also follow me on Instagram at the Glitz and Glamz Chronicles. If y'all want to, y'all can also follow me on Pinterest. I do have a Pinterest account. Y'all can follow me on Pinterest. My Pinterest name on there is A&A-LTD for Austin and Austin Limited. Definitely follow me on there. Make sure that y'all subscribe on YouTube to follow me up there. I am going to post my link again so that way y'all can subscribe and be on there too. One Monday night, I do plan to go live on YouTube to reach more people. And when that happens, I will definitely let y'all know. We will definitely go over to YouTube and do a YouTube live session for everyone to be able to speak to me and ask questions. I'll probably do a Q&A, everything on there. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I don't know when that's going to happen. Whenever my spirit tells me to make it happen, that's when I'm going to make it happen. But I'm definitely going to let y'all know and keep y'all posted. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Until next Monday, y'all be blessed. Peace.